the Secretary of State knows, and I don't want to put the women that I'm talking about in any kind of political posture, but he knows in his bill, nothing in the bill increases the sentence length for rape. And the Secretary of State's able to get to his feet if I'm wrong.
I'd be happy to explain again why the bill makes it absolutely clear that those who get sentenced for serious offences, including rape, will serve longer in custody. Yeah. For those serving sentences of 4 years or more, the automatic release date will now be 2/3 rather than half, which is, of course, the policy of his government. And that builds upon the change that we made last year to make sure that sentences of 7 years or more for serious crimes, including rape, also met with the same term of imprisonment, namely automatic release after 2/3 as opposed to half. That is a longer term of imprisonment.
I said in terms in Hansard, nothing in the bill increases the sentences for rape. Exactly. And the Secretary of State comes to his feet and talks about time served, not what this party is proposing, which is increasing sentences for rape. And my suggestion is that nothing in his bill increases the sentence length for rape, for sexual assault, for harassment or for stalking. And just as the Secretary of State is legally qualified, so am I. And he has confirmed in terms that whilst his bill deals with time served, it does not increase the sentences for rape. The Secretary of State is shaking his head. He can come to the dispatch box once more to make his case.
Absolutely delighted to come to the dispatch box, the invitation of the right honourable gentleman. Let me remind him that in the last 10 years, the average sentence for rape has increased dramatically up to about 10 years. The maximum is life imprisonment. I thought he and I were interested in making sure that more and more perpetrators, and I can do without a running commentary from the honourable gentleman, the member for Hove, that the way in which we encourage people to come forward and make sure that their cases are heard is to encourage more and more people to plead guilty. Now, tell me how any of these measures that he proposes at the back of a cigarette packet actually amount to anything when it comes to the effective prosecution and detection of people who commit rape.
Nothing in it is specific in crimes which disproportionately affect women. In 296 pages, the bill doesn't even mention women once. We need an increase in the minimum tariff for those who commit rape and stalking. This party is clear on it. I wish the Secretary of State would get beyond the hot wind, stop talking about time served, and talk about minimum sentences. Talk about minimum. He's been a barrister for long enough. He must know the difference between time served and a minimum sentence. It's surprising, frankly, that I have to re-educate him on what a minimum sentence served is. I give way to the honourable gentleman.
I've a lot of time for the right honourable gentleman. I respect him as a lawyer, as I respect the Secretary of State. But he will know if we're going to have a discussion about specific nomenclature. The truth is, whether we talk about time served or about minimum sentences, to say that we should increase the sentence for rape is not something that can realistically be done, because the maximum sentence for rape as a matter of common law is life imprisonment. Now, I accept there's a legitimate debate to be had about how long that should translate into practice through guidance and other matters. But it's not fair, I respectfully suggest, to talk about not failing to increase what is already a life sentence. That's just a matter of law.